pursuit of perfection was never more evident than during last year's X Factor, when he somehow persuaded Britain's biggest pop star to perform on the final. No, not you, George. The most famous living Beatles, Sir Paul McCartney. 90,699,992 people tuned in to watch Macca, and another 8 who wanted to see Jedward.
The final of X Factor was just like, wow, what's going on here? Just this TV spectacular. There was no expense spared.
It was just mad. And you just knew the whole time Cowell's laughing, going, ha ha ha, this is making me very rich.
Simon had achieved what the Armada, Napoleon and Steve Brookstein could never do. He'd conquered Britain, and he had a new star, Joe McElderry, who was all but guaranteed the Christmas #1. But Cowell was in for a rude awakening that was about to turn his world upside down. For every yin has a yang. For hubris, there's always a nemesis. That's just, you know, ancient Greek stuff. Superman had kryptonite. Simon Cowell had a hi-fi technician from Essex called John.
The X Factor as a TV show essentially is a 3-month advertising campaign for that one single at Christmas. So of course it's going to go to #1. That was the reason why I felt that I had to do something.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Armed with just a dream and an internet connection, John and his wife Tracy embarked on a quest to get this anti-establishment anthem to the Christmas #1 spot.
The Facebook group started at sort of the end of November, and it just grew and grew, and that's when the media started spotting this, thinking, hello, what's going on there? There's a little bit of a revolution happening. And then it just got bigger and bigger, and before we knew it, we had like 1 million people.
John and the British public were refusing to do what Cowell told them. He was sticking it to the man, but the man wasn't used to people sticking it to him.
If there's a campaign, and I think the campaign is aimed directly at me, it's stupid. Me having a #1 record at Christmas time is not going to change my life particularly. It does, however, change these guys' lives.
For one guy and his wife in the middle of Essex that aren't in the music industry to then suddenly rattle him, yeah, that was pretty cool in a way, I have to say.
So I think it's quite a cynical campaign geared at me, which is actually going to spoil the party for these three. I also think it's incredibly dismissive of the people who watch and enjoy the show, where they sort of treat our audience as if they're stupid. And I don't like that.
Once he'd done that, the group numbers just went ballistic. And I think, ironically, Simon had quite a big part to play in getting a lot of numbers and getting a lot of people, you know, getting us noticed.
Cowell had inadvertently engineered his own downfall, and this 2009 Christmas #1.
You know, David can beat Goliath. If you want to stick it to the man and you want to, you know, put your fist in the air and say, I've had enough of this now, you can do it.